Hey everybody, welcome to day 13 of the knowledge cards put on by the Library of Congress. And this was started in February for Black History Month, but as said on previous videos, did 4 of them, got busy in the month of February and couldn't finish it. So here I am in March to finish it up. And not only is that symbolic because Black history shouldn't just be regulated to 1 month, but it's a way to, continue it on and make it happen. So these are the cards that I already drew from. I flipped them over so I wouldn't get them mixed up with this. This is the rest of the deck. So I'm going to put these aside. Those are the 12 I've already done. And I'm going to shuffle this 3 times, and we're going to pick a deck. Now, I didn't bring my reading glasses. Hopefully I'll do my best to read it. So here we go. And again, some of the stuff that wasn't a good shuffle. I'm going to have to try that again. Some of these cards I've already knew about. Some I've never heard of, and some I only knew a little bit about. And some are just completely new and just totally an eye-opener. And a lot of this is good to reflect on, because I learned it maybe when I was a kid. And so relearning it as an adult through the eyes of an adult and, understanding the world a little better really hits home. Okay, so there's 3 clean times. And I always pick from the middle. Early protests. Oh, whoa, hey now. Early protests. Although there was no mass civil rights movement between World War I and the end of World War II, as there was in the 1950s and 60s, organizations and individuals led public protests and lobbying efforts during this period. For example, in 1919, the NAACP published a report, 30 Years of Lynching, 1889 to 1919. In 1921, the organization opened an office in Washington, D.C. to lobby for an anti-lynching bill. That's crazy. In 1921, they were still anti-lynching, In 1934, Howard University students wearing nooses around their necks picketed the National Crime Conference when the conference leaders refused to discuss lynching as a national crime. A decade later, African Americans lobbied for legislation to end the poll tax. This was a tax to, make it harder for poor people to vote because they had to pay an extra tax. This photograph was taken in 1944, showing pallbearers with a casket signaling the end of Jim Crow, marching in the NAACP's Detroit, Michigan Parade for Victory. Such relative modest steps for racial equality presaged a movement that would profoundly change the United States. So again, upside down. Again, it's really crazy to think that, in the 20s and lynching legally ended right when we were starting World War II. Or World War II was getting started in the mid-30s. So, while we're trying to fight the evils of Russia and, Russia was actually an ally, the evils of Germany and Italy and Japan in their fascist ways and the Nazis, there was a lot of lynching and, persecution going on here. So it's really interesting to think that. And also, I said a lot of this deck has to do with the 50s and 60s civil rights movement. There were small inclinations of things that happened along the way, and that's exactly what this is about. And big things start small, and it's a ground swelling. And so as things get more and more progressive, they allow more things to happen. So, day 13, early protests in the 20s and 30s. Leading the way to the more traditional civil rights movement in the 50s and 60s. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, dislike it if you don't, leave a comment below, tell me why you like it or you don't like it. Do you have any experience or knowledge of this, of this time period, or any particular anecdotes about that, leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of great videos, not just videos like this, lots of variety. So thank you again. I'm Sam from Viral Media Network, and we'll see you tomorrow for day 14.